Welcome to Top 10 America Beyond, where we dive into the stories shaping our world with fresh perspectives and bold insights. In 2025, global trade is undergoing a seismic shift, driven by President Donald Trump's unpredictable tariff policies. From Canada to Japan to Brazil, nations are navigating a new era of economic uncertainty, forging alliances and redefining partnerships. Today, we count down the top 10 moments and strategies defining this global trade shakeup, exploring how allies are adapting and what it means for the future. Buckle up, this is a journey you won't want to miss. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Top 10 America Beyond for more stories that push boundaries and spark conversation. Let's start the countdown.
Top 10 America Beyond.
Number 10. Trump's tariff letters redefine global trade. President Donald Trump's trade policy in 2025 has thrown out the traditional playbook, replacing structured agreements with bold, unilateral letters. Each one carries a personal touch, with Trump reserving the right to adjust tariffs based on the relationship with each nation. On July 10, 2025, Canada received a bombshell, a 35% tariff on all its imports to the US, effective August 1st. Days earlier, Japan faced a 25% tariff on its exports. These moves signal a strategy rooted in disruption and leverage, shaking the confidence of allies who once saw America as a steady partner. The world is watching, wondering if trust can survive this storm. For viewers of Top 10 America Beyond, this is a reminder that adaptability is key in a fast-changing world. Embracing change can open new doors, even when the path feels uncertain. As Trump's letters reshape trade, nations like Canada and Japan are forced to respond. Let's see how Canada's leader is navigating this high-stakes game. How do you think a country should respond to sudden economic pressure from a key ally? Number 9. Canada's strategic silence under Mark Carney. While Trump's tariffs hit hard, Canada's Prime Minister Mark Carney has chosen a path of restraint. Facing a 35% tariff after earlier duties on aluminum, steel and copper, Canada could have retaliated loudly. Instead, Carney's team has worked quietly, focusing on back-channel negotiations with a July 21st deadline. This silence isn't weakness, it's strategy. Carney is positioning Canada as a vital US partner, emphasizing cooperation on trade with China, worker protections, and border security. At the Calgary Stampede in July 2025, he urged Canadians to focus inward, boosting housing and clean energy to build economic resilience. This approach teaches us that sometimes staying calm under pressure can shift the game in your favor. Patience can be a powerful tool. Canada's quiet strategy contrasts with Japan's bolder response. Let's explore how Tokyo is standing firm. What do you think is the best way to balance diplomacy and self-interest in global trade? Number 8. Japan rejects economic coercion. Japan's bold stand against President Trump's 25% tariff in July 25 has electrified the global stage, showcasing a nation that refuses to bow to economic pressure. Tokyo labeled the tariff economic coercion, a direct challenge to Washington that rallied its people and protected industries from tech titans to local factories. With billions in exports at stake, Japan's leaders channeled their resolve into action, proving that strength lies in strategy, not surrender. For Top 10 America Beyond fans, this is a thrilling display of resilience. Other than waiting for the next tariff letter, Japan's economic ministers pivoted swiftly, deepening partnerships with Southeast Asia and Europe. Trade negotiations with Singapore and Germany gained momentum, securing markets free from US volatility. In a landmark move, Japan signed a security and intelligence sharing pact with Canada in July 2025, anchoring its role in the Indo-Pacific's new multilateral era. This wasn't just about trade, it was a declaration of independence from unpredictable demands. Japan's vision extends further, strengthening ties with ASEAN nations like Vietnam and Indonesia to champion regional stability. By safeguarding jobs and innovation, Tokyo is inspiring others to diversify their alliances. This pivotal moment, spotlighted by Top 10 America Beyond, teaches us that adversity can spark transformation. Standing firm while building new paths can reshape a nation's destiny. Japan isn't just navigating the storm, it's charting a bold new course. Number 7. Brazil faces a 50% tariff shock. On July 9, 2025, Brazil faced a thunderbolt from Washington, a staggering 50% tariff on all its imports to the US, set to hit on August 1st. This was no ordinary trade policy, it was the boldest strike in President Trump's 2025 tariff campaign, announced with a flourish on Truth Social. For Top 10 America Beyond viewers, it's a wake-up call. Global trade can shift in an instant, demanding resilience to thrive. Unlike Canada or Japan, Brazil got no heads up, no chance to negotiate, just a swift, public blow that sent shockwaves through markets. The tariff came with a Section 301 investigation, a powerful tool from Trump's playbook, signaling intense scrutiny of Brazil's trade practices. This move, reminiscent of past US actions against China, hints at Washington's unease with Brazil's cozying up to Beijing. The decision wasn't just about economics, it carried a sharp political edge, tied to Trump's vocal critique of Brazil's internal policies. For Brazilian exporters, think soybean, steel, and tech, these tariffs threaten to choke supply chains and squeeze profits. Brazil's next steps remain unclear, but its leaders are at a crossroads, navigating a high-stakes chessboard. This moment teaches us that adaptability is key. Facing unexpected challenges head-on can spark new paths forward. Number 6. The EU's race against the tariff clock. The European Union is in a heart-pounding race against time, battling to secure a trade deal before President Donald Trump's August 1, 2025, deadline threatens to reshape global commerce. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen has thrown her weight behind the effort, confirming that talks with the US are moving at full speed. Trade Chief Maros Sefcovic has hinted at a joint statement on the horizon, fueling cautious optimism across the continent. Yet, the pressure is relentless. Italy's economy minister has called the negotiations fiendishly complex, warning that a final agreement might not emerge until the very last second. With over 20 nations facing similar tariff threats, the EU knows the stakes are sky-high. Failure could disrupt critical sectors like semiconductors and pharmaceuticals, sending shockwaves through supply chains. Despite the uncertainty, the EU's unity is a beacon of hope. Member states are aligning to present a strong, collective front, showcasing the power of collaboration. For Top 10 America Beyond viewers, this is a vivid reminder that even in the face of daunting challenges, working together can pave the way for breakthroughs. The EU's fight isn't just about dodging tariffs, it's about proving that solidarity can shape a brighter, more connected future. Number 5. Canada's July 21st deadline and strategic pivot. In the intense arena of global trade, Canada's Prime Minister Mark Carney is navigating President Trump's tariff threats with a brilliant mix of restraint and ambition, facing a critical July 21st, 2025 deadline. Unlike the EU's August 1st cutoff, Canada earned this unique timeline by dropping its digital services tax on June 30, a savvy move that reopened talks with Washington while preserving leverage. Carney's team operates in stealth, avoiding public fanfare and keeping negotiations tightly guarded, a strategy that has markets buzzing with optimism. Bloomberg reported that the ZIX and SP 500 hit record highs in early July 25, fueled by confidence in Canada's calculated approach. Canada's vision extends far beyond the US border. Carney is accelerating a free trade agreement with ASEAN, tapping into Asia's growing demand for resources. In July 2025, Canadian LNG shipments reached Malaysia, signaling Canada's rise as an energy powerhouse. Meanwhile, its rich deposits of critical minerals like lithium and cobalt are making Canada indispensable in global tech and battery supply chains. This isn't just about dodging tariffs, it's about building an economy that stands strong no matter the challenge. For Top 10 America Beyond viewers, Carney's playbook teaches us that long-term vision trumps short-term noise. By positioning Canada as a key ally against China's trade influence and a partner in border security, Carney is rewriting the rules of global partnership. As July 21st approaches, the world holds its breath. Will Canada's bold strategy outmaneuver Trump's pressure? What bold move would you make to secure your country's future in a trade war? Number 4. The Indo-Pacific as a new trade hub. The Indo-Pacific is emerging as a pulsating hub of global trade and cooperation, stealing the spotlight in 25 as nations like Canada and Japan redefine their economic futures. Canada is charging toward a transformative free trade agreement with ASEAN, with talks accelerating in July 25 to unlock markets for its critical minerals and agricultural exports. Its LNG shipments to Malaysia, a breakthrough achieved that same month, mark Canada's ascent as a key energy supplier in the region, building resilience against US tariff pressures. Japan, with equal vigor, is knitting a network of strategic partnerships, deepening ties with ASEAN nations like Vietnam and Indonesia through technology and infrastructure deals. Its July 2025 Security Pact with Canada underscores a shared vision for Indo-Pacific stability, a powerful response to unpredictable US trade moves. Japan's outreach to Europe further insulates its economy, proving adaptability as strength. For Top 10 America Beyond viewers, this is a thrilling shift. The Indo-Pacific isn't just a region, it's a beacon of multilateralism where collaboration fuels growth. Canada's mineral exports and Japan's defense ties are crafting a new economic order, showing that diverse alliances are the bedrock of success in turbulent times. What role do you think the Indo-Pacific will play in shaping global trade by 2030? Number 3. Trump's 90 Days of Confusion. President Donald Trump's bold pledge of 90 deals in 90 days sparked hope for a trade revolution in 2025, but what unfolded was a whirlwind of uncertainty that left the world reeling. By July 10th, the White House unleashed a barrage of tariff notices, zeroing in on vital sectors like semiconductors, pharmaceuticals, and supply chain essentials, with over 20 nations facing duties from 10% to 70% if they didn't strike deals fast. This wasn't just about balancing trade, it was a calculated flex, pressuring countries to align with US priorities. The absence of firm agreements turned markets into a roller coaster, with Canada's services PMI plunging to 44.3 in June 2025, and US logistics firms cutting forecasts amid cross-border chaos. Allies like Japan and Canada, once rock-solid partners, now face a trust deficit, wondering if America's word still holds weight. Trump's tariff letters, dripping with ultimatums, have swapped steady diplomacy for a high-stakes guessing game, leaving nations scrambling to adapt. Yet, in this turmoil lies a lesson: when the ground shifts, resilience is key. For Top 10 America Beyond fans, this chaos underscores the power of diversification. Building varied connections can be your shield against unpredictability, whether you're a country or an individual chasing dreams. What do you think this uncertainty means for the future of global trade? Number 2. A post-American world takes shape. In 2025, a post-American world is taking shape as Canada and Japan redefine their global roles with bold, strategic moves. Canada, led by Prime Minister Mark Carney, is charging toward a free trade agreement with ASEAN, while its LNG shipments to Malaysia in July 2025 mark its rise as an energy powerhouse in Asia. Japan, meanwhile, is strengthening defense and economic ties with Vietnam and Indonesia, cementing its Indo-Pacific influence through a July 25 security pact with Canada. The economic toll is real. Canada's services PMI fell to 44.3 in June 2025 per SP Global, and US firms in auto parts and logistics are cutting forecasts amid trade uncertainty. Yet this isn't retreat, it's reinvention. Japan's outreach to Europe and Canada's focus on critical minerals show a savvy response to a volatile trade landscape. For Top 10 America Beyond viewers, this is a powerful lesson. Adaptability is survival. By weaving diverse global networks, these nations prove that strength comes from flexibility, not reliance on one power. The world isn't rejecting America, it's moving beyond it, crafting a future where alliances endure. But no single nation calls all the shots. What new partnerships do you think Canada and Japan should prioritize to secure their economic futures? Number 1. Mark Carney's Masterclass in Strategic Patience. At the top of our Top 10 America Beyond countdown is Canada's Prime Minister Mark Carney, whose strategic patience is redefining leadership in a turbulent world. Facing President Trump's intense July 21, 2025 deadline, Carney hasn't flinched. He's positioned Canada as a vital US partner, offering cooperation on trade with China, labor protections, and border security, a brilliant move that's more than just talk. Markets are buzzing with optimism, with the TSX and SP 500 hitting record highs in early July 2025, after Canada dropped its digital services tax on June 30th, unlocking new negotiations. Carney's calm approach has put Trump in a bind. A 35% tariff could disrupt US jobs, but retreating might dent his credibility. Despite economic pressures, Canada's services PMI fell to 44.3 in June 2025. Per SP Global, Carney's vision is unwavering. At the Calgary Stampede, he inspired Canadians to focus on housing, clean energy, and critical minerals, building a future of self-reliance. This isn't just diplomacy, it's a high-stakes chess game, and Carney is playing to win. For Top 10 America Beyond fans, his strategy shows that staying steady under pressure can turn the tide. What do you think makes a leader like Carney so effective in navigating global trade tensions? Conclusion: a world in motion. The trade landscape of 2025 pulses with energy, a global stage where nations navigate a whirlwind of tariffs and bold new alliances. President Donald Trump's unpredictable policies, unleashing a 35% tariff on Canada and a 25% duty on Japan on July 10, 2025, have sparked a revolution in how allies approach trade. Top 10 America Beyond captures this drama, showing a world where trust is fragile, but resilience is rewriting the rules. Canada, led by Prime Minister Mark Carney, stands as a beacon of strategic calm, absorbing economic strain with the services PMI of 44.3 in June 2025, while betting on clean energy and critical minerals for long-term strength. Japan, meanwhile, is forging a new path, signing a security pact with Canada in July 25 and strengthening ties with ASEAN nations like Vietnam to secure its future. Brazil's 50% tariff shock on July 9, 2025, paired with the Section 301 investigation, highlights the high stakes, yet it pushes nations to look outward. The EU's frantic negotiations to meet an August 1st deadline reflect a shared urgency to adapt. Top 10 America Beyond sees a powerful truth emerging. The global order is decentralizing. with collaboration and diversification as the new foundations. This is a moment to embrace change, to learn from nations building bridges beyond one power. Join Top 10 America Beyond, comment and subscribe to stay part of this transformative journey.